Ever wanted to have a say in what movies are chosen for watch-alongs on YouTube channels? Do you want to have your voice heard? Are you disappointed in the channel owner's choices? Now you can. Dudates on Deck wants to know what content you want to see discussed. Stop by my live streams for your chance to pick the next watch-along I cover. Throw your hat in the ring when you give $5 or more in Super Chats during my next live stream.
Hey, gang, and hey, Russell. And if I get it wrong, who picked some of these movies, y'all can feel free to correct me. But I'm here tonight to do a watch along for Dog Soldiers, which is a werewolf film, and I love werewolf films. Um, but it's a werewolf film that I don't believe I've ever watched. And y'all may hear the dogs out there. I'm going to have to get up at some point and let a couple of the dogs in because it's kind of chilling now. It's not like we're not in the deep freeze like we were, but it's still cold. It's still winter. So we're going to be doing Dog Soldiers tonight and tomorrow evening, also starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Will be Cube, and that was picked by Mr. Brian King, who graciously gave a $20 super chat. Now, that's not to try to guilt anybody into giving $20. If you can't give $20, if you can't give $5, if you can't give $1, I'm not asking you to do that. But for those of you that can and want to give to the channel, I promise you this money will go right back into the channel. Plus, if you give a $5 super chat or more, you get to throw your hat in the ring to pick an upcoming watch along for me to do. And like I said, we're doing Dog Soldiers tonight. I believe that was Mentallect's pick. That is my recollection. Okay. If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. Now, tomorrow night, like I said, will be Cube, which was Brian King's pick. And I forgot that Mentallect had picked another one, As Above, So Below. So not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, I will be doing another couple of them. So Saturday we'll do Mentallect's pick of As Above, So Below. And then Sunday I'm going to do one for Nail Gun Massacre. So we'll have a lot of fun with Nail Gun Massacre. It's crazy good fun. Okay. But if somebody throws their hat in the ring for, another watch along, then I will write that down and we will put it for the next round of watch alongs. Sorry, folks. I've got my queued up on YouTube on my tablet here, and it keeps going dark because I don't have it playing. Russell, you say, love this movie. Neil Marshall also directed the film Doomsday. Yes, he did. Did Neil Marshall do The Descent, or was that somebody else, folks? I'm a little fuzzy on that. But also, stay tuned because another Movie Munchies is going to drop at some point tomorrow. These are pre-recorded Movie Munchies now, and normally I'd be doing one once a month because people wanted me to return to the Movie Munchies. And I had a lot of fun doing the one last Sunday for Grandma's Killer Mac and Cheese. And people seem to enjoy the new format. I have a new segment in the middle that is also pre-recorded called Behind the Recipe. And I talk about why I picked this particular recipe, and this one was based on a Stephen King story. So I talked a little bit about the short story and all of that. So if you haven't watched the Movie Munchies for Grandma's Mac and Cheese, please check it out. Also, like I was saying, I'm doing another like bonus one that will drop at some point tomorrow for Agent Cooper's Damn Fine Cup of Coffee and Cherry Pie, based on Twin Peaks and Agent Dale Cooper. Okay. So be on the lookout for all of that. Hopefully, I'll have the first edition of Cannon Fodder that's going to be a series talking about the Golden Globus era of Cannon films. I'm planning on starting that on Wednesday. Tuesday, I'm planning on having the first episode of Dick's Picks, the films of Dick Randall. He was a producer that produced a ton of films, a lot more films than Sandy Cobb. So that series is going to run a lot longer than Corn on the Cob did. Corn on the Cob is already over, but you can watch those on the replay. And for those of you that didn't check out Friday Foolish live, we had Friday Foolish on a Saturday because Candace had an unexpected thing that came up, as life happens, right? So I just kind of rambled on a little bit about David Lynch last night. And then today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, me and Candace came on live, and we talked a whole lot of David Lynch. We talked about the genius of David Lynch. This was part one. We will be doing a part two, not this coming Friday, because this coming Friday, I have to work a late Friday. So that's going to nix Friday Foolish. But the following Friday, we will be doing our second part on the genius of David Lynch. So be sure to tune in or watch all that on the replay. He did direct The Descent. All right, I was correct, Russell. Great. A few times I will be correct on that. So, gang, before we get started with this film, again, I have the YouTube link. If you don't own a copy of Dog Soldiers, I'm watching it on YouTube. I've got my tablet all queued up to Kismet Entertainment Group. And I'm going to go away for just a second, see if I can get these other two dogs in. And then we're going to get started with this watch along soon after. Okay. So I will be right back. All right, sorry, folks. I'll probably have to get Reggie in, but he's not ready to come in just yet. Russell, you say you got it queued up on our Telly YouTube app. Awesome. Okay. Now, just a note, Cube is also on YouTube, so I'll be watching. I don't own a copy of Cube either. I thought Steve had a copy of Dog Soldiers, but evidently he doesn't. So I'll be watching both of these movies from YouTube, and I have mine queued up, like I said, to Kismet Entertainment Group, and it's got there. Um, and I've got these crazy subtitles on, but they're auto generated, so they might be a little funky, but I'll make it work. Okay. So I'll give everybody, about another minute or so. It looks like we only got a couple of people in here, and it could be me and Russell. If somebody else is in there, you can drop me a line in the chat. But we'll get started in about a minute or so, and go ahead and get this watched. It is an hour and 44 minutes and a handful of seconds. Not a super, super long movie. And like I said, I'm going into this kind of blind because I have not seen this movie. People probably say, "Where have you been, Dana, since this came out? Under a rock?" But there's quite a bit of stuff that I still have yet to see. So all right, so it is now 7:12, and that's usually 7:12, 7:15 is usually about the time that we get these things started. Hopefully Mentallect will be able to join us at some point because this was his pick. But let's go ahead and get the countdown started. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press play, and we are off and running. The Noel Gay Motion Picture Company present, in association with Victor Film Company. They got a ton of things. A Carousel Picture Company production with the support of Luxembourg Film Board, or whatever it said. Now we're supposedly we're in Scotland here. Nice scenery though. I'm not being sarcastic about that. I like this scenery. We have a couple here that she's giving him a gift there. Appears that they're camping. Well, now they're gonna do the deed here, it looks like. Russell, you said this actor is also in Doomsday as the head villain. He looks like he would be more of a villain type than a good guy. Uh-oh. Oh, that was bad. Now we're getting into the title, Dog Soldiers. Hey, Mentallect. Now we're going to like 2 hours earlier in northern Wales, looks like. Let me step over here to the back door here. Just check on my dog. Well, I thought I heard him, but yeah, he's not out there yet. And Russell, you say Michael McDowell's in Doomsday and Bob Hoskins. Hold on, folks. My dog's having a fit. Apologies. Apologies, folks. Apologies, Mentallect, because I know this was your pick. This I told Reggie this is like he's a dog. He's gonna really pay attention to me. But I told him that was the last time he was going out right before a watch along. Y'all pay me your good hard earned money, and then I can't even get to stay in here to watch the film and discuss it. So hopefully I didn't miss too much. And also, everybody, since this is technically a watch along, if anybody wants to throw their hat in the ring for to pick another watch along, you can just give a $5 super chat or more, and you can do that. If anybody needs a timestamp or anything, just let me know. wasn't sure. Like I said, I hated to step away, but I didn't know if these people were in a training exercise or what. Maybe you guys can help me out there. They appear to be military. Russell, you say a couple of actors in this group also in Doomsday. Zoe. I do like these very atmospheric landscape shots. It's beautifully shot, I will say that. Russell, you said this is not a film about werewolves with soldiers, but about soldiers with werewolves. Gotcha. Gotta love the Brit accents. So are they British or Australian, Russell? Because for some reason I was thinking Neil Marshall was Australian, but maybe I'm wrong. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, sneezing again like crazy. God, these subtitles are awful. They have to make any sense, but I'm getting the gist of this. I have to get something to blow my nose. Hey, Candace. Sorry, I had to step away. I just started sneezing. Uh, Russell, you said love how he says tossed instead of tooth. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure if mine is allergies or it's sinus or leftovers from COVID still yet. I know I'm freezing and it was like uh around 50 degrees today, but I've been freezing all day long. And it's still in the 40s, I think, but I've got to have this heater back here. It's just killing me. I just like to say that I'm glad that you guys are kind of getting me out of my cinematic shell and getting me thinking outside the box because honestly, a lot of these movies that you guys have, and I don't want to say just guys because the gals can do it too, but mostly the guys have been picking things. Um, the ones that you guys have been picking are not ones that I think I will watch on my own for whatever reason. It doesn't mean that I think they're bad films. It's just they just weren't on my radar enough to watch. Russell, you say this is one of the best werewolf films? Oh, holy crap. Right, Russell. Great jump scare. Candace, you say Chris loves this movie. I've just never gotten around to seeing it. Yeah, I think maybe Steve has seen it, but he doesn't own a copy of it, which is why I'm watching it on YouTube. Speaking of werewolf films, I've been hearing a lot of good things about that new Wolfman movie. Has anybody got to see that yet? My cousin Jed liked it real well, evidently. Me and Steve did watch an Nosferatu today. I will say it's decent. I still prefer the original Nosferatu, though. Uh, Skarsgård did a good job. Candace, you say our friend Nathan did the Scream Factory release art of Dog Soldiers. I wonder if that is that the same artwork I use like for my thumbnail, Candace, or is it different? Rosie said directed by Lee Winnell, loved his Invisible Man. Ah, cool. I love that artwork too. Does anybody know what that pinkish purplish thing is on the end of his gun? I didn't think it was any kind of silencer or anything. Candace, you'll probably like Nosferatu. There was one annoying character in it, but it wasn't Skarsgård. Skarsgård did a really good job. The only thing I kept saying was, "What's with this crazy ass mustache that Nosferatu has?" This is a new Nosferatu movie that just came out, Russell, or came out around, or maybe it came out on Christmas Day. And me and Steve were actually going to go to the movies a couple of days after Christmas and see it, and then we got COVID and we didn't get to go. I love Bill Skarsgård too, Candace, and I think he did. I guess I should say he did an excellent job as Nosferatu in this movie. Not the movie we're watching, but the new Nosferatu movie. It's weird. These guns almost look like toy guns. It's odd. Oh, I'm sorry, Candace. I guess how could I miss Willem Dafoe in this? Like, of course, I didn't get to sit down and like really focus on it because for whatever reason I had to jump up with the dogs and stuff. So I guess I miss Willem Dafoe in it. I don't know how, but Willem Dafoe plays a professor in it. Yeah, I may have just, missed that part, Candace, because I did have to get up a few times and, well, run to the restroom and take care of the dogs and stuff. But yeah, I remember that Shadow of the Vampire. Candace says, "Oh yeah, he did play in Shadow of the Vampire." I think Steve was watching. Speaking of the original Nosferatu film, I think Steve was watching something the other night about, I guess, the making of the original Nosferatu and about Mike Streck. It looked pretty interesting, but I didn't get to sit down and watch it with him. I need to watch that. That may have been Shadow of the Vampire, Candace. That may have been one that Steve watched and I didn't get to watch with him. Russell, you say, loved Willem Dafoe in the prison film directed by Steve Buscemi, Animal Factory with Edward Furlong and Mickey Rourke. I've heard of that one, but that's another one I haven't seen, Russell. Uh-oh. Wow, okay. That guy got speared by a big old tree branch. Wow. Candace, you say off topic. I bought some pickled asparagus today, Dana. They were awesome. I'm not sure if you like asparagus. If you do, I think you'll like them. Does it taste like a asparagus, sweet and sour? Yeah, I love asparagus. I bet I would like it. Oh, well, oh, this is getting bloody real fast. That guy's messed up. Yeah, that guy's his innards are hanging out there. Don't know what he's eating anything. I'm talking about this guy's intestines hanging out. I do like these quick jump cuts of the werewolves. It really doesn't let you get a full on look at them right here. I like that. Russell, you say Antichrist with Willem Dafoe is over the top. These are some cool looking werewolves, though. Sorry, I keep yawning, folks. I got I got a little sleepy when we were watching Nosferatu, not because it was boring, but I'm an old woman, folks. I can't hardly stay awake for nothing anymore. Yes, Russell. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, the watch along's going to be for Cube. Oh, there's a that's a regular dog there. Oh, it's like a border collie. And I will tell y'all that at some point in February, I plan to do, I know I practically do that every year, but for my Bloody Valentine, we might have another Valentine's Day special watch along. Russell, you say you're waiting for the 30 bears to show up. That's a beautiful dog there. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, threw up on that guy's head. Yeah, actually, Rosal, that's what I thought at first because I glanced over and glanced back at it. I was like, what in the heck? You say first watch, I thought the dog was pulling his intestines, but it was a rat. Yeah, okay, they say routine training exercise. So again, this movie, it keeps my attention. So it's moving pretty fast because we're already 44 minutes in. We got about an hour left of the movie. Now there's a sword. Steve used to have a sword that looked kind of like that. Well, I tell you guys and gals, this movie's not boring at all, but this energy drink's not doing anything to perk me up. Good Lord, you can't even knock this guy out. Yeah, I had never heard that before, Russell. But they say super glue is invented for the Vietnam War to patch up soldiers. Yeah, I'd like to look up some information on that. Gang, I hate to keep getting up, but too much of this makes me have to go to the restroom. Um, I'll be right back. Y'all keep watching though, okay? All right, I'm back. Russell, you say, what does bone mean? Bollocks. Um, well, I heard the word bone mentioned on a movie once, and it meant to. I mean, you might be being facetious here, Russell, but I think they meant to have sex with somebody's soon to be ex girlfriend. Sorry, gang, I had to get me something to eat. Russell, you say bollocks is bad and dog bollocks is good. Get ready for action, Russell. Yeah, I think it's kicking into high gear now. We're just about an hour into it. Like I said, this is a good movie. It's went fast so far. Not had any slow parts or anything. And I do like the look of the werewolves in this. Like I said, you're getting a better look at them now, but it's still quick cuts. Uh-oh. Golly, how many of these damn things are there? Oh, we got a good look at one of them there. Oh, yeah, Russell. I think I have seen Werewolves on Wheels from 1971. Yeah. That's one of those over the top fun films. For some reason, I'm thinking I watched that a few years back. Me and Steve went to it was a camp out at a drive-in up in Indiana, and they had a special thing where they showed films all night long, and we camped out in a tent and everything. Steve said he was never doing that again, but I think Steve was asleep during Werewolves on Wheels, but I think that was one of the films that was shown. Yeah, a lot of things are on YouTube, Russell. Some of that stuff, um, something from 1971 will probably stay on there or something like that. But a lot of newer stuff, unless YouTube puts it on there themselves, a lot of that stuff gets yanked, especially like super new stuff. Because I think it was Blissful that was telling me that Deadpool and Wolverine was on YouTube at one time, and that it got yanked pretty quickly. Hey, Steve. Steve says, "Greetings, Dana and Flick Fiends." Russell, you said, do you think I want to be part of this fucked up family? um, Oh, there's a bunch more of them out there. Russell, you say her look, uh, BTW herself on werewolves tells it all. This is indeed a bloody movie. Oh, yeah, a whole lot of blood. Russell, you said love a posh bird that talks dirty. She's an attractive woman. Definitely a full moon out there. Yeah, I hope I give you the shits is a funny line. I agree, Russell. Yeah, I always forget that. Yeah, when they say football, they mean soccer. Oh, well, he turned. I didn't like that guy anyway, though. Yeah, that was a cool transformation, Russell. I agree with you. I still think though my favorite transformation werewolf scene is from an American Werewolf in London when we see David completely turn. Transformation scenes in The Howling are great. Silver Bullet transformation scene's great too. Prefer The Howling? Yeah, I've heard several people say they prefer The Howling to American Werewolf in London, but for me, there's just something great about that full on transformation in not daylight, but necessarily, but full on light in a house or an apartment or flat or whatever you want to call it. Since it was in the UK, I would say it would probably be a flat, but yeah, the Howling transformation is fantastic too. So we're making some Molotov cocktails. Russell, he say picks up a stick and says fetch. Mm. I love the dog too. I keep being afraid that something bad's going to happen to him. Because we still got about 19 minutes. Uh, well, I didn't see that one coming. I think, Russell, I think you were a little ahead of me, because you mentioned either that or you remembered that line about being part of a fucked up family. So basically, it seems like she lured them there to be destroyed. Wow. Well, I'm at an hour 32 and 50 something seconds right now. So, uh, you may be a little bit behind me by a couple of minutes, maybe. That was a great shot there. That wolf with the knife sticking out of his head. Holy cow. There, I hope I give you the shit. Serve that line. Poor dog. Russell, you want to know what part I'm at? Well, those two guys crawled through the wall, it looked like. And now I guess one of the werewolves is trying to get into the door. They got stuff pushed up against it. Got one of those dang light sticks. Looks like those light sticks we used to play with when we were kids. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you, Russell. I thought that might be what you were saying. Carsey, aka bathroom. Gotcha. Where's spoon? There is no spoon. I think this guy's gonna turn here. Hey Tom, you say you're watching it on Daily Motion. Sometimes I watch movies on Daily Motion if I can't find them anywhere else. You're welcome, Russell. Yeah, I'm just about to reach the end of it. I'm hour and 39 minutes in, and the place just blew up. It looked like. Oh, I agree. These are some pretty cool werewolves. Oh, I agree. Ghost Story's great, Tom. And you're right. Sometimes Daily Motion has the only copy. Um, but yeah, I definitely agree with you on Ghost Story. Excellent film and an excellent book too by Peter Straub. I wonder where the dog went. I'll see the dog again. Oh, I think that had silver in it. And we have reached the end of Dog Soldiers. Sorry for that noise. Um, and it looks like they're showing like behind the scenes maybe stuff or just like screenshots. Yeah, the silver layer opener came back. That's right, Russell. Um, they got like express mail. Werewolves ate my platoon. That's kind of funny. You don't see that all the time when films end. Now, things like The Mutilator or Fall Break is the other title for it. They had kind of like outtakes and behind the scenes stuff in the credits, in credits. Um, but I'll stay on here with you guys and gals, whoever's left. Oh goodness. Until the credits roll. But I just wanted to say that, and I will announce this in the coming streams that I do. Um, we're going to try something a little bit different. Y'all can still give super chats if you want, and we may go back to this giving super chat, a $5 super chat or more, um, and getting to pick a watch along. But I think what I'm going to do next is we're going to do polls, and I'm going to pick like 3 different films, and the one that wins a poll, I got to figure out how to put up a poll and where to put a poll at so that y'all can access it. Okay. And whatever the winner is of the poll, whichever movie gets the most votes, that'll be the watch along. Okay. And then, like I said, we'll probably eventually go back to the letting people that give $5 super chats or more a chance to pick the movies. But I want to mix it up a little bit. And this will still, if you think it's over, it isn't. Oh, is there a scene at the end credits, Russell? Um, well, let me see here. I'll stop talking a second, and we'll see what happens here. If this version. Well, all I got was you. So was there an extra scene there, Russell? Because the version I was watching just said you, and then it went off. So I don't know if there's like if they cut it off before something showed up. But anyway, um, So I want to mix it up a little bit, and y'all will still be able to get a say so. It'll just be me picking 3 movies and saying, okay, y'all vote. And then the next time I do a watch along, we'll do one for this one. Love the werewolf photos. Yeah, I love the werewolf photos as well. And like I said, y'all still feel free if you are financially able and want to throw a few bones my way. I will be sincerely grateful for that. And like I always say, every bit of money that y'all give to the channel, of course, YouTube won't give it to me until I reach $100 threshold, which I think I'm getting pretty close now. But every bit of money that I get will go back into the channel in some way, whether it's purchasing some new equipment for the channel, if it's purchasing stuff to make on the movie Munchies or whatever, it will go back into the channel. It's not, I haven't reached the point where I can necessarily make a quote unquote profit off of it, but it is very useful for things to put back into the channel. Yes, Tom, you are correct. Peter Straub also wrote The Haunting of Julia. And he also wrote If You Could See Me Now, which is also a very good book, too. Yeah, I think I've seen The Haunting of Julia, but it's been a long time. Leslie, you say there were only 3 werewolf actors, but they were good ones, though. Okay, so gang, that was Dog Soldiers. I had a lot of fun going through this and navigating this with you guys. Tomorrow night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, will be Cube. And I'm looking forward to watching Cube along with whoever wants to sit in with me on that one. And also the movie Munchies for Agent Cooper's Damn Fine Cup of Coffee and Cherry Pie will be dropping at some point tomorrow. I think I'm going to do my behind the recipe segment tonight. So I'll have that ready to go to put into the video when I edit it. So I want to thank you guys and gals, if there were any gals that weren't chatting, but you were in here. Well, Candace was in here. She's a gal. She was in here a little bit earlier. And she may still be watching. She may just not been able to chat very much. Yes, I will see you tomorrow, Russell, as well. Have a great night. And on that note, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday night, folks. And I'll see everybody next time.